Thanks to EA for sponsoring this video. Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. In this video, I'm building an eco lifestyle off the grid farm. So this build uses the lot challenge of the grid. It's not connected to the utility grid. Building this was super fun, and figuring out how to turn this into a true off the grid build was really exciting. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I built this, and I'm also going to explain how all of this works, and I used some fun little tricks here and there. Before we continue, remember to use code EMERALD when shopping Sims 4 packs to support me and my channel. Add a pack to your cart, enter Emerald, and apply the code. Thank you so much for your support. I, of course, uploaded this build to the gallery, so you can simply grab it from the gallery and use this, but I want to explain how I built this and how you could do this yourself. So first of all, I was building this and I was looking at the lot traits panel because I wanted this to be an off-the-grid home, and I was looking and I couldn't find it. I was Googling it, and I then luckily stumbled upon the lot challenges, which is like right next to the traits panel, and there you can choose the lot challenge of the grid. So in case you want to do this yourself and you are struggling, you have to take a look at the lot challenges. And when you choose this lot challenge, the lot is not connected to the grid. I placed solar panels, the water collector and stuff, so you could use these things, but it's like a totally different type of gameplay. I play tested this and it was so much fun. It's a totally different experience, and my idea was to build a very rustic farm so your Sims would be able to plant crops. I wanted this to be whimsical. I built this greenhouse you can here see. I also included a chicken coop, so I really wanted this to be like a really true off-the-grid farm experience. I built this in Chestnut Ridge, and here at this point the lot is a little bigger because I had no idea how big this build would turn out to be. So I built on this lot, and then at one point I moved it to a smaller lot, so the final lot size, the final build size will be 30 by 20 in Chestnut Ridge. And you know that I really love to work on bigger builds, so this was a totally different experience. Also working on the interior, I'm going to give you a spoiler warning, it's going to be quite cluttered, and I had so much fun working on this. I recently built an abandoned apartment, or not abandoned, but it was really in a really bad state. It was really run down, and I built it in combination with a dive bar. You can find this on my channel too, and I just felt so inspired recently to work on something else and not just a regular mansion, and building this very rustic farm was just such a fun experience with gameplay in mind, and I really enjoyed this. Also the whole playtesting part, actually playing a bit and having the off-the-grid experience was so much fun, and I just really enjoy to work on something else these days. Let me know if you like it. I'm just really excited to build and share new stuff with you. I used the windows from Life and Death for this, both for the greenhouse and this little area. Some of the swatches are broken, and I didn't want this to be a rundown build at all, but I wanted to have a very rustic feel to this. It is a little bit rundown. You can see that the roofs are a little bit in a really bad shape, but overall also the interior, it's not a rundown build. It's a really rustic type of build, but not rundown. I then decided to create more of these patches where you can plant crops right next to the house, and I just didn't want this too big, not because I wanted to build something smaller, which was also kind of my initial plan, but I really wanted this to be very cute and cozy, and I felt if I would have a huge farm around the small house, it would be too much. So I used the solar panels and the water collector, and I wanted this to be as rustic as possible, so I decided to hide the water collector item, and I placed a bucket, and as you can here see, I placed the bucket in the basement, and I then raised it. This way the bucket is technically in the basement, and I then placed a sized down version of the water collector inside the bucket. This way your Sims can still reach the item, so they can upgrade the item, for example, because the bucket is not blocking the object, but it's kind of hidden, and I thought a bucket would make sense because it looks as if the water is collected in a bucket. I just wanted this to be not too modern. This is also why I placed the solar panels in the back of the house, so on the roof in the back, so it's not too visible. Sadly, when you're using these eco lifestyle items like the solar panels, it's giving a very futuristic modern vibe, and this totally clashed with the rustic vibe I was going for, but I was at least able to hide the water collector. You can here see the bucket again, so this is where you can click on the item in case you should download this. And there's also a piece of advice I can give you. When I play tested this, I noticed that my Sims wouldn't have an energy surplus even though I placed all the solar panels and everything. You have to go to the bill settings, and there you can decide if you want to sell the power you've collected or if you want to keep it. And the default is that your Sims household is selling the power, and then you never reach a decent surplus, so you can actually maybe use the stove to cook something. Generally you can use the kitchen to prepare a salad, or I think tomato soup is also one thing you can easily prepare. It's generally a totally different lifestyle, and you also have to really make sure which items you use. Some of the items are able to be used for the off the grid lot challenge. So for example, the bathtub I eventually placed can be used to have like a quick bath or something, and this also works with the challenge. But sometimes you might want to have an energy surplus to, I don't know, maybe want to place a TV like the old timey one from Equalizer, but I think some items like never work at all. Like you have to keep this in mind. You always have to check which items work. If you place a regular lamp, for example, even though you have the solar panels, because of the lot challenge, these won't work at all. So you always have to check, which is so much fun. But yeah, sometimes you just need energy also for the stove, for example. And I play tested this, and I only placed items which would work. I also placed candles everywhere, so it really has an old-timey feel. It's very rustic. I also got some witchy vibes here. I think it's super cute. And yeah, you can also here see in the interior, I really wanted this to be a little bit more cluttered. I placed an oven basically, I don't know, everywhere, like in the kitchen, because I figured this would make sense, but then also in the living area, also on the porch. I don't know, just thought it's looking so cute and rustic. I also built this little desk, I mean a big desk rather, it's not really little. I used a big dining table, and you can see that a part of it is kind of hidden behind the stairs. This was like my way of filling this space, and I just placed another candle and stuff on there. I also placed this chair and books so your Sims could read. And I guess a big challenge is also how to like make sure that your Sims have a lot of fun. I mean, they could read books, but there's no TV, no stereo, there's like not a lot of stuff happening. It's a totally different lifestyle, and I feel like a lot challenge like this could be so much fun. Placed one of the chairs in the corner, but then decided to change this. And I also want to have a chess table, one of the things your Sims can use, bookshelves, also instruments, and I just placed lots of things which your Sims could use. I then also worked on the bedroom at the top. So this is a small house, there's only one bedroom, so this is like a really cozy house which kind of has witchy vibes. I also eventually included items for a cat, like a scratch post and a feeding bowl, and I also squeezed the cat toilet somewhere in the bathroom. And when you're working on a build like this, you really start to miss some more rustic items. You kind of wish that there would be some type of wooden option of everything. But I was really trying to figure this out, and I think it just turned out so cute, especially because I placed candles everywhere. I really like this. I mean, after all, you have to use candles when you are working on this type of lot, and it just turned the whole build into a really cozy home. And this video is slowly coming to an end. I'm going to show you some gameplay impressions where you can see how the build is used, and you can really see the vibe of the build and how the Sims are living in it. And I'm then also going to add some screenshots. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you are doing so well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Jorgie. She Forb. Kobe Forb. Kobe Forb. Pleaso. An Ermo. An Ermo. Grinza. Bueno.
Ah. Ah.
Forward, Kobe.